Jimbo, but I don't even think you know what you're doing, man. It's never gonna land on Chuck. Hold on a sec, man. Thanks for the 20 super chat. Oh.
Bruh.
Happy Saturday, traders. J-Mob, my god, man. 2 wheel spins before we even get started. You requested it, but hey, man, you know what's gonna happen. Literally nothing. Watch. 2 times, might as well be 0 times. Easy. Easiest spin of my life. This will be the second, maybe, possibly the easiest spin of my life again. Logan, get wrecked, dude. So easy, dude. So easy. I mean, technically, you would have to drink on that one, man. Destroyed. Thank you, man.
Bruh.
So, what's Bitcoin done? Literally nothing, man. Nothing. And that's okay. It's almost something one could expect. Right? Weekend not doing much. Because remember, it's like if you sell off hard, there's going to be a gap to the upside that would maybe be filled. You know, you run to the upside. There might be a gap at the downside that would have to be filled. Bulls and bears, for spot price, probably would hate any price action movement on either side. So, good. You're just hanging tight, letting the weekend draw out. Trading desks around the world are closed. Just consolidating after a rally off a 78.6% retrace from your 8,700 low, the previous discernible swing low. XABCD, Harmony. Bullish Garley, man. So, still above the demand line, right? The 30-day-ish, the 1 month large demand line, as you can clearly see, we fell below it, only to fulfill that 7-8% retrace before rallying. And now we're, when you did fall below it, there was no candle close. Traders never settled up below that demand line, very real. But now we're back testing it, skating along it like we had in the past. But again, I mean, yeah, you're diverging, like you're selling off with higher levels or lower levels of negative momentum. We just finally got that positive histogram wick, the first one, right, since the sell-off we got just a couple days ago. So here it is. Here's the microscope. You can see it. It's here. I mean, it's almost worthy of Jesus chimes. So let's see how that builds. Will Bitcoin, will the price action go higher? Will it push us higher with this positive memo? It doesn't have to. Look, you can get like a sell-off like that and you just go sideways. You keep going sideways. You keep building positive memo on barely higher highs. And then eventually it starts waning again, and then it's like you dump once more. And then once you dump again after creating this scrubby positive histogram wick island, you start getting actual real bullish divergence, right?
Make that 3 spins.
smiley face, smiley face, smiley face, smiley face.
Here we go.
Smiley face. Fish, fish.
Many
fish,
fishes.
Fish.
I like
fish,
fishes.
Fish.
And aliens.
USA, USA, USA,
Bruh.
USA, USA, USA. Alien, 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 alien.
Yeah, alien. Aliens. The aliens do make the aliens.
Bruh.
Very good smiley face. But instead of 3, do you mean 0? Because that's pretty much it. I mean, this isn't going to land on Chug. It is certainly, right? We never use the word certainly in technical analysis, but certainly on the wheel, it will not land on Chug. I know this, man. All right? Might as well just make a clickbait video on wheel spins. Destroyed. Too easy, man. Thanks, smiley face.
Bruh.
All right. Enjoying some afternoon Irwin coffee like I do. The ritual, the tradition.
Spin it. Get wrecked like XRP.
No, that can't happen. All right. You could make me hit the Chug 5 times in a stream, and it's still not going to be as wrecked as XRP, right? It's just not. Because being wrecked also has to do with not just being sold off and dumped, but the amount of time since it hit its all-time high, and the amount of time that it's only been depreciating, making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. Gross. So that's impossible, Nerd Herd, but I understand what you're saying. Thank you, man. But I'm sorry. You have to get wrecked, okay? Spinner drinks, boom. Destroyed. So you get what's going on, man? Nothing is going on. I'm just here, formality, to discuss what didn't happen. But maybe if something had happened, I'm going to be here either way, and we're going to talk about it. But I did spend a decent amount of time, after I got the sun outside, that vitamin D that you want to do. You don't want to have vitamin D deficiencies. If you're out there and you don't go out and get, for someone who's pale like me, I mean, you only need in the summer sun, 5 minutes, 5 to 6 minutes, and you're done. Your body will then start producing vitamin D. If someone, that maybe has, darker skin than me, then you might want to go out there 10 to 12 minutes, maybe, in that, then you'll start kickstarting that vitamin D. But anyway, after that, started looking at the weekly charts on a lot of altcoins, posted tons of charts to the patrons. Oh, and we're going to maybe look at that since it, the thumbnail's like altcoins and Bitcoin. Want to say real quick, wow, dude. So we have 3 new patrons. One was last night. Crypto Cup. Oh my god, I'm in the chat, let's go.
Is that a joint?
Bruh.
Thank you, dude, for joining. Joseph, or Joseph, joined also yesterday. Well, today, but still yesterday. I'm in the chat, let's go.
Is that a joint?
Bruh.
Thank you, Joseph. And Francisco, who joined just a couple hours ago. Thank you, man. Hopefully you're watching. How in the chat, let's go.
Is that a joint?
Bruh.
Thank you, Mr. Elias, man, for joining, supporting the stream, the team, the dream, everything in between. Whoa, that's nice. So that puts us at officially 206 patrons. Still the second best month, the second most patrons we've ever had, and the first best. We'll never get it this month. We would have to be. You understand what the Patreon is competing against from itself was July of last year after Bitcoin had crescendoed and hit nearly $14,000. So, that was when we had like nearly 4,000 people watching the stream. There's no way. How do you compete with that? How do you outdo that on Patreon? You can't. Too much hype. So, Gartley, demand line holding. The edge isn't that strong. I know, but it's a lone Gartley. But they do sometimes play out. They're that powerful of patterns. God, it's just, even if it fails, I would be extremely remiss if I did not at least mention or bring up the identification of this bullish Gartley, because you know what happens when we see bullish Gartleys, what good can come from them, or bad if they're bearish, right? Right, the best example ever of a bearish Gartley, ever, dude, was, you know, Las Vegas Sands. Here's this is a much larger structure, of course. You know, we're talking about the 4 hour. This is the daily. Las Vegas. You know, it was mid-January of this year. Coronavirus news breaks the day you hit the pattern completion zone. There is no more pattern completion zone. This is it. The 78.6% retrace, like the Jesus, man. You majorly reversed. You're trying to recover, but it's not great. I mean, hey, congratulations on your reflexive rally. I think everything that exists on the stock market's got some sort of, you know, reflexive rally. This one's terrible compared to index funds, right? Underperforming. So, the Gartley, man. The bearish, the bullish, it doesn't matter, man. Ciphers and Gartleys, my fave. And then also, I guess, bearish deep crabs and bearish butterflies that achieve a 1618, because, you know, if you get to the 1618 as a butterfly, then it's like, there's no doubt, this is it, man. But a 1272 butterfly is like, it could go to the 1414 or the 1618, you know, so. VeChain not doing things. Dude, it's down 3%. It's up like, I don't know, 1,000%, whatever, you know, in a period of time. If you want to go and look at it, we can. Yeah, it's doing things on a breakout. I mean, it broke out and it was doing things earlier. I think it was up. Oh, I mean, what, dude? Yesterday, you know what you did? You painted a bullish engulfing candle. Not many altcoins did that. All right, so I think that's good. And we really haven't back tested this wick high from May 16th. You could always back test that at 8.89 of 1 cent. We never quite got to the Walmart rumor high. But I'll tell you this about VeChain. It's astronomical. You know, VeChain is traders have settled up on the daily at their highest point since November 14th, 2018. That's huge. That's not a joke. Talking where candle closes occurred. We exceeded, I mean, before that was June 26th, which that's literally the buying climax date for Bitcoin. You're higher than that now. As we speak. That's big time, man. Imagine if this was the Bitcoin chart. Bitcoin would be around 13K right now. It's real. What's up, Julia? Who cares? Yeah, I'm shadow banned. Thank you. Thank you, dude. What's new? The weather here, chat, is incredible. Very good, man. Oh my god, it's like just a few clouds, very sunny. It's not too hot, man. It's wonderful. It's like I don't even know how you can look outside and not want to be out there for at least a little while, you know, spend a little time outside. So Bywent, yeah, outperforming now. It wasn't outperforming before the bear partnership with VeChain. Since that news, this thing has gone parabolic, certainly. There's no other word for it. Okay, so that's VeChain. Let's go the weekly on it, because that's kind of been my theme of analysis today. I mean, you look at this, dude. Highest level where traders have settled up since the week of November 5th, 2018, which we know that was capitulation for Bitcoin. Very bad stuff. Terrible. Altcoins got dragged down too. They went to heck. It was an old all-time low by the end of it, right? But time heals all wounds. Also partnerships with Bear. And so, this is big. This is a huge, I think, breakout candle of a real range. And I think eventually you'll test 1.1 cents again. Assuming, right? Hold on. I think you will if Bitcoin remains in its uptrend, which all that is required from Bitcoin is to eventually make a higher discernible low than 8,700. And we pivot there. And that's what gives us the discernible low. A pivot on the daily above 8,700. You've heard it. There it is. If that is achieved, then VeChain will test 1.1 cents, I think. And if it breaks that, man, you have to understand there is nothing above you. This is like a bullish tornado warning, bullish tornado watch. These altcoins, some of them are getting very close to those breakout points, and we're going to look at it on the weekly. But look, dude, above the 1.1 pennies, there's nothing here except 1.78 cents. Way up here where traders set it up August 27, 2018. The rising wedge destroyed. More destroyed than people trying to get me to chug. Because it's just not going to happen. Sorry. RIP. So yeah, I mean, like at this point, if you were in here, you know, you got in before all this crazy run occurred. Yeah, I mean, like, there's nothing wrong with taking profit, of course, right? Sick, fat, stupid gains, nothing certain. And if Bitcoin comes tumbling down and we go through another 6 months of bearishness, crap, or correcting, this thing's going to fall back inside of its range. And then eventually we'll back test it as resistance, and it'll be that crap. So if you're a VeChain fan, if you're an altcoin fan, you got to be praying for Bitcoin to keep its uptrend intact. All right. So speaking of the weekly, let's go back, and then we'll get to more altcoins. But this one's like showing some of the most intriguing price action of all of them. The bigger ones. Like, you know, I know there's like the KNCs and the Zilicas and stuff. Yeah, dude, sure. But you know, I'm talking about like we're looking at like Litecoin and XRP, all those. It's doing better. So here is the weekly on Bitcoin. Linear scale, no changes here. Okay, just a refresher for you, because it probably is if you watch the show.
Is that a joint?
Hey Mitch, thanks for everything. Been watching daily, you're still lurking, and I want to ask about PP. It seems to be bottoming out with oversold on the RSI and MACD on the weekly and monthly. 4.200000 USDC.
British Petroleum Connect, we can look at it, sure. Let's look at it right after this. Just, you know, again, thank you, man. Mr. Ferreira. Dang it, man, I'm sorry. I don't want to butcher your name. Bendolero. Thank you, dude. Yes, well, look. So, I mean, energy, right? You look at any energy asset. I mean, I bet Chevron looks very similar to BP. Royal Shell probably worse, but still similar in the recovery. Energy, I mean, dude, SSL, that was a trade setup that was one of our most successful trade setups. I didn't even know it was energy. All right, you know, just being real. But the asset itself, the chart looked amazing. So anyway, you have not broken anything on Bitcoin. And unfortunately, I mean, the longer you stay, you know, at a lower high with candle closes than your previous high, which is 10,150, 10,170. Right? The longer you stay here making lower highs, 88% retraces, 90% retraces, and all that, it's giving this histogram island, this positive momentum, a chance to wane. And if you keep waning like this, then it's almost confirmed hidden bearish divergence. We get another weekly wick down like that. I mean, your probability is elevating that this is going to play out in pending price action continuation to downside.
I am green in stocks because of you. Learning TA has put my anxiety in check. Much respect.
Is that a joint?
Tony, man, thank you for the 420. Is that a joint contribution? Well, that's great, dudes. All right, I mean, you know, this stuff that we're doing, it wasn't researched and studied for almost 100 years on this market. This market's 10 years old. All the stuff I'm applying, this traditional technical analysis I'm applying, is on a market that is very new. All right, so we are Lewis and Clark. We are literally clearing the thicket of the new worlds together with our old world tools. Divergence, patterns, harmonics, right? Coinciding variables. So that's the old world stocks. So yeah, man, I mean, that's where it all started for me. Stocks, not crypto. Good Lord. But I'm sure for a lot of you, it did start with crypto, and that's cool. I mean, whatever means it takes for you to get here, I'm glad you are here. So come on, Bitcoin. If things don't turn around the next couple weeks, hidden bearish divergence, and then we sell off, we see 8,500, 8,400 again. We'll see what happens at that point, which is the bottom of a range. So come on, Bitcoin. Look, below 60, you got to reverse. You got to get really above 60. Look what happens when you really get above 60. This is what a bull trend looks like on the weekly RSI. This is what a bear trend looks like on the weekly RSI. This is what a mini bull run looks like on the RSI. We got to get back above this freaking 60, chat. We got to. But even in bull runs, of course, you hit the equilibrium level, which is 50. That's neutral as F. Yeah, well, you'll come back, test that, but only after being extremely overbought a multitude of times. So we got to get back above 60, and then we got to start becoming overbought again. And that's really going to be telltale for if we're in some sort of bull run when we break 60. For real, not jokingly breaking it like we did before Corona came out, right? Whew. All right. Yeah, of course. Inverse head and shoulders, dude. Sure. I mean, if it ever gets down there, we'll talk about it, but it's not down there yet. Right? There's always the chance Bitcoin doesn't engulf it this month, right? It holds, and then, maybe indecision, and then we break it next week or something. I mean, that's always possible. That's why it's like nothing's certain on this market, and we're at such a critical area that there could be Wyckoff distribution, but there also could be a bullish Gartley. We could see 99.50 again, and that if we see 99.50 again, chat, you understand that is like another consecutive level of higher low, which equals accumulation. That's more and more owners of this asset every time we sell off. Every time we achieve that sell wall at 99.50, 10,000, we make a higher low. That's huge, man. That's not bad. So we're just still kind of in this nebulous thing where Wyckoff could be real, but I don't know if there's enough confirmation yet. Coronavirus out on DVD yet? Not yet. No, not yet, man. Okay, so what was it? BP Connect. So we wanted to see. Oh, well, it was Dragon-esque a little bit. I know we maybe looked at it. Seems kind of recent. BP. Yeah, it was not on the weekly though. Yeah, it was like Dragon-esque breakout. We're just looking at it. It's kind of scuffed, but it sells off, then kind of creates this base, double bottoms, then we rally. Stock market rallies, money printer go burr, and then hey, look, a nice abandoned baby, very nice abandoned baby right there. Reversal, and it's manifested in lower prices. 26.77. It's not a joke. We've only up thrusted to a major historical support resistance. 26.77. What does that look like? That is a low all the way back from February 2016, and a low from July of 2010. All right, so you fail. You've rejected that area pretty hard. Now, getting above that, I think there's an easy target above 26.77, and I think it would be eventually 31.19. That's a gap fill. Easy target. Right just above that's 32.68. There's a lot of gaps on BP, man. Tons of them. All viable potential targets. 200 moving average up there, 32.71. But if we're talking about true Fibonacci here, which we can, you just go from that high to low. We've achieved a 50% retrace. Right? That's where we reversed. So we end up making a higher low, same low, and we run again. Again, you'll come back up to test 26.77, the 50% retrace. You break it. Look, man, the next target's the golden retrace, 61.8% retrace, right along where the gap fill is. Okay, that's your BP. No telling. I mean, it's highly sensitive to the macro, and if the S&P 500 continues to sell off, which it very well could, based on the Japanese candlestick pattern that has been painted with bearish divergence, You would, I mean, the next target to the downside is probably 21.28 if things are getting inverse frothy on, again, the S&P and Dow Jones. Okay. Okay, there's your request, man. Dragon-esque, but not really. It's kind of very weak. Very, very weak, man. I guess good news is you're not really showing classic divergence. You're just hoping here that, you know, you're hoping that the macro holds up. Okay, we end up like staying above 3020 and then we run again. That's it. Okay, let's go to Ethereum on the weekly Coinbase chart. Look at this first off. All right, just how perfect is it? I mean, this is not all-time highs, right? And that's testament to how interesting this is, right? Where Bitcoin is, its price action's right at that all-time high anchor point, downsloping trend line, where Ethereum is at its June 26th high, downsloping resistance, right? It's at it and it's tested it a couple times and it's sold off, but not too bad yet. There is a channel too. Right here. Oh, it's pretty gorgeous, man. I mean, this is a pretty freaking nice uptrend on Ethereum. But how nice is it that, you know, like, analyzing, we've got the trend line, it's tested it 3 different times on the 4-hour, sold off, but still well within the parameters of this uptrend, still above the 200 moving average, which Bitcoin is really having a battle for the 200. You know, right now on this candle, it went up to test it and has failed. 94.40 is the 200 moving average on Bitcoin. You know, Ethereum's still well above it. So I guess holding on to previous high, that previous local high from April 30th.
Been watching for a year. Consider this a beer. 0.030000000ETH.
Chad Wells, man, thanks for the 712 of Ethereum, mate. Really appreciate it. Crypto contribution. Thank you for the beer. Now, I mean, if someone hits the chug, you know, beer it up. I'm down. But, you know, Bitcoin isn't creating cause for celebration at all right now. There's no clear edge besides a harmonic and a demand line, but I don't know if that's strong enough of an argument. I really like having divergence with harmonics, because that's like kind of the meta of my analysis is like, yeah, harmonics are amazing, divergence is amazing, uptrends are amazing, hidden bullish divergence is amazing, triangles, wedges, they're all amazing, but I think they're so weak alone, right? When the stars align, that's strong. Okay, so Ethereum so far has only, tested its previous high from April 30th and bounced off of it. No divergence of any kind on the 4-hour anyway. And look at the apex. And apex it's a pseudo apex, right? Where you've got this uptrend you've been in for months, and you've got the major historical downtrend. Or it's the trend line that signifies, I guess, the downtrend. And you're running out of time, right? By June 26th, ironically, which was the anniversary date of the buying climax for Bitcoin last year. That's the apex, pretty much, right around there. So, what will happen on Ethereum? Will we break this demand line to the downside, or will we eventually test this supply line again and break it, and then moon? It's a good question, man. Look, range between a local high and somewhat of a historical high from March 7th of this year. You were just in between that little range, little rectangle. Okay. Cool. Crypto Miracle, yes, I have done VeChain, yes. Sandman thinks that Ethereum will dump at this level. Maybe, man. Maker, yeah, that Maker's the weekly. Jesus, man. I mean, it's, and I'm just saying, like, I don't care if it's down 7% today, 547. God, dude, it was close to 800. Oh man, what a dump. Yeah, that's a pretty bad dump. But look at the weekly, man. Oh, that was a potential reversal area. It wasn't your most major, but look, man, you can't ignore inside of a range. You can't ignore the fact that, like, Trader stood it up October of 2018 here. The resistance, July of 2019, November 2019, February of this year, and now June. All right. All gains on the new week, or on the week, have been taken away. They're all gone now at a critical potential reversal area. That's what support resistance is. It's not just, what's the, I hear support resistance all the time. It's like, it's an area where an asset could potentially reverse majorly, or if it breaks it, there could be much higher prices above it if there's follow through price action.
Spin for arrogance.
Yeah, dude, sure. I mean, I'm gonna be the most arrogant spinner of all time, all right? But this is gonna be the clip that shows how arrogant I am. Boom, destroyed. It was too easy, man. Too easy. Thanks, man, for the 10 super chat.
Bruh.
I'm down, dude. I mean, there's like 20 something beers in there. Remember, my IT guy delivered it. They fit it. They all fit in there. So destroyed. No idea when VeChain gets listed, but softer resistance. The top of the range is certainly $800, and you reversed it 688 or so. Okay. Oh, careful, because that's like hidden bearish divergence going on. Really? Imagine back testing 361 as a spring before running again. That would be, whoa, that'd be so crypto, dude. All right. Let's look at XLM. You know what? Let's just look at XRP for 2 seconds, all right? 2 seconds. This is kind of it, man. I mean, I could draw an equidistant channel, but, it almost starts looking really bad. The fact that, my anchor points go all the way out. It would just, it doesn't make sense. But, like, right here, it's showing where I'm anchoring from. This is the downtrend, right? It began June 10th of last year, and it started, the anchor points, right? You got them September, August 2019 last year. So you're just in that downtrend. And on this chart, there's no support resistance. I mean, the next one you think is like right here at 24.6 cents. You've just struggled tremendously. And a supply line on XRP is way up at like 23.5, 24 cents. Okay, so you can't break this resistance. It's like Litecoin in a lot of ways. Underperforming, barely moving on this rally. If this was Bitcoin, XRP would be like 29 cents, 28.4 cents right now. It's awful, man. It's really bad. Imagine shilling this. Look, man, there's nothing wrong with Ripple, right? What it's doing, but just because Ripple is Ripple, and this is the utility token of Ripple, doesn't mean this has to appreciate in value, and it doesn't mean you're investing in Ripple and Brad Garlinghouse and David Schwartz and all that. You're just not. That does not mean you're investing in them. Okay, so just that's probably why XRP is at 19.2 cents right now. In August of 2018, it was at 29 cents. Okay, that was the little time I wanted to spend on XRP. Whatever. XLM, a little bit better. Still pretty bad. Pretty terrible. At least this one's showing a very strong Bukowski pattern. But I'll say that there is a little bit of bearish divergence going on. You got to hold. Look what's happening on the weekly. All right. Last week we broke out. We broke back above that January 2019 low. And this week we're back testing it as support when it would at one time, I don't know, every time we do break it, not for long, it kind of reminds me of 10,565 like Bitcoin, right? But you're back testing it. If you can hold and get some follow through price action, which you have not been able to get ever, well, then you'll eventually test 8.712 cents, the absolute top of this structure, the right angled and descending broadening formation. And if you break it, we don't have to measure the move here. There's no resistance really until about 13.2 cents. So forget about a measured move. Just know, look, straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down. Twig and thatch. You break 8.7 cents, there could be a really smooth ride up to 13.2 cents. That's it, dude. That's a big if. I mean, this is not going to happen if Bitcoin is screwed. It's just not. All these alts are going to dump. They're all nearing the top of their ranges, breakouts, whatever. And that's exactly, where reversals can occur.
Is that a joint?
Sure, Viet Cong, man.
Can we check out UA?
We may. We can. We will. UA Connect. Under Armour. Gotten pretty wrecked. That's not a good candle, man. I mean, that is technically a dark cloud cover reversal candle. So you are certainly praying for, and really, I mean, after such nice bullish divergence too on the weekly on the RSI, I mean, everything's in jeopardy now. I mean, you just got to understand that, like, it's not up to Under Armour. Under Armour's probably going to do very well if the S&P 500 Dow Jones reverse. But all that happened was the potential double bottom was confirmed, still not valid. It is not a valid double bottom. It's just not. Because it's not a valid double bottom until you truly break out with a little confirmation. I mean, like, this candle, June 8th, that's not good enough. You know why? We know the context. It's not just a double bottom by itself. This is the only data. No, look left, 1043 something. It's not a joke either. It's your previous high from November of 2017, right? So we always knew going in, like, this could fail up here and reverse, and it did. But the whole point is, like, we are like divergence edge traders. So it's like you get a bottom, you get a second bottom, you show all this divergence on the weekly and daily. So when you trade that way, we know it could run up to the pattern's neckline, fail, we take profit, and on a failed pattern, on a failed trade or whatever, you make money. And that's the whole point. That's the lowest risk entry for a potential double bottom, not the top. And many people, think about the psychology. A ton of people probably FOMO'd into UA and tons of other crap at the top. Really. So, yeah, look at it. Positive Momo is waning now. 50% retrace from your previous low to high. And we know that that's the moderate retrace. It's just going to follow the macro, man. So the next target to the downside would be 796. After that, 726. No real harmonic or anything. In the bottom of the range, I mean, really, dude, the bottom of the range is right here, 684. That is the 886 as well. Right at it. So that might be an entry for a long, 684. So JDR. Beam. Oh my god, dude. What have you done?
Look at Beam Plaza Hard Fork June 28th, also ETHBTC flagging.
That's a nice little flag. One sec. Thanks for the 10, dude. $10. Super chat. Look at this. Look at this. All right, we're looking at it, man. I mean, downtrend. All it's done is lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. You got an ice line. You're very close to an ice line at 565 sats or so. Yep. You haven't even tested that yet. Yeah, it looks like you were flagging. You're trying to rally. That's extremely important, man. 565. You break that. I mean, you're thinking 620 easy. So our trader settled up right there and get another touch. So it's like after 565, 643, man, good luck with 565. That's the 200-day moving average as well. Then we go from our previous high to low. Okay, so yeah, definitely 565. That's the target. I mean, that's probably where it's going. Right? Look, the 382, the beginning of the golden zone, a fib node, is confluent with that ice line that we haven't tested yet. So you think, I mean, that's just duh. That's probably happening. Whether you break it, I don't know. But if you do break it, again, the next target is confluent with the next ice line, the 50% retrace, right? After that, it starts getting a little bit easier, probably, where you've got like a minor resistance at 762 sats, but you know, like the big ones, the major peaks, you know, it's like right there. I mean, it's starting to get to deep retraces. So there you go. I mean, that's beam. Maybe it's flagging and it's trying to break out, or did break out, or something. But who cares until you break 565, because that's mega. That's make or break areas. Okay. Oh, Ivan, are you implying that you know what's going to happen next? Nope, not salty on XRP, but I could see how you think that. You know, all we're doing is just keeping it real. It's a terrible performer, like Litecoin's a terrible performer. Good lord, dude. And me just keeping it real, saying that XRP is a utility token and it's not investing in Ripple, that's not salty, dude. That's you being biased towards XRP and having a problem with my opinion on it. Okay, Beam, dude. Can't believe I'm looking at it. So you're saying hard fork on June 28th for Beam. I didn't even know it was having a hard fork. Okay. There's your June 28th event vertical line right there, dude. All right, finished my coffee, dude. What's up, Taurus, dude? Okay. Another one I was looking at on the weekly. Well, I mean, you know, Litecoin, of course. I mean, it's promising. You know, you think it is promising. Still, I mean, there's still a hope. There's still a chance. Again, like from that February high to low, in a way, it's very similar to XRP, or just can't get it going. Right? Same thing with XRP, where it's not broken any supply line. You know, where Ethereum's respective supply line, you're right at it. You know, so, but it's still showing like forms of accumulation a little bit. But man, you got to get above. You've really got to get above this September of 2018 low, this October of 2019 low. You've got to, man. I mean, if you can do that, I think that the neckline, or sorry, the supply line is the next target to be tested around $50. If you break that, man, I think there's a real good chance you could have a nice move up. Even if XRP broke its own respective supply line, I think there could be a move up, like a lot of altcoins. But they just haven't done that, and they're kind of not that close. I mean, this is getting closer. This is Litecoin is much closer than XRP to its supply line, at least. And it's still holding, I guess, this pattern, right? This ascending, broadening wedge or so. You beamed? No, you mined beam once? What was it? Well, 6, man, it doesn't matter. Why are you cursing? Because you were notified in the Discord at everyone. As soon as I went live, I posted it. So don't know why you would ever rely on YouTube ever for notifications for this stream. Okay. Let's look at total collective crypto market cap. Why not? 94.38 on Bitcoin. It's about the exact same price it was at when I started the stream. So here it is, man. The same type of structure, right? It seems like a very valid pattern at this point, right? Rising wedge. Look at all the divergence on the way up, but you got a bearish golden candle. You're holding the demand line for now. The negative momo, it's like the bears kind of have the ball, and we're going to see what they're made of. I mean, I think if you break this demand line, then we would probably, I don't know, there's a soft support around this 248 billion, but I think the hard support, the next one's like 232 to 237 billion. That's probably where you're going. And that's, I mean, that would be like if Bitcoin goes down to 8,700 again, well then that's this target. That's probably where this chart's going to be, 232 to 237 billion. All right. Still a gorgeous looking structure. IMO with the, you know, with adjustments made after that recent fake out high. It's nice. And what's crazy, I mean, what no one would expect or think, what would screw everyone up the most is Bitcoin not dumping now, because I feel like, I mean, just from gaining an insight into what a lot of people think. All right, people think we're going to dump now, soon, when the most insane, irrational thing Bitcoin could do is rally to the top of the structure again. And what that would do is that would give everyone a false sense of security, thinking Bitcoin has truly broken out to the upside, major uptrend. Here we go, multi-year highs, and we reverse up there. And then we dump, and then we sell off to 8,500, 77 to 7,400 again, right? So that's probably the least expected thing. Bitcoin holding here, rallying to the top of the structure, and then dumping again. Okay. What's up, remembering the before time? God, that name. But it's true. There was the before time, before Corona, before insurrection of communists. Yeah, dude, for sure. But I mean, the ideological subversion's been going on for 70 years, 60 years. It's just now coming to full bloom, it seems. How has it already been almost an hour, dude? Like, really? That's so ridiculous. It's like if I like want time to go by, I just need to live stream. I just go live and then time goes by much faster. Okay, someone's like ADA. We were looking on the weekly. I think I was anyway. Am I crazy? Yeah, weekly. It's like VeChain. It's very, it's almost identical to VeChain, except no Bayer partnership for ADA. ADA had, it's getting listed to Coinbase or something. That was its catalyst. But see, VeChain has the Bayer partnership along with it's getting listed to Coinbase next. Right? It's got double the news-driven catalyst, so it's outperforming Cardano, which has been performing extremely well. It's been one of the best performing altcoins of this recovery. It did have bullish divergence like Bitcoin and many other altcoins on that lower low. Yep, for sure. But the top of its range is 9.8 to 10 cents, like 9.995 cents up here. So you think that you could get there in time if the macro holds up, but that's a big if, man, because we know what's going on in Bitcoin. You had a daily bearish and golden candle a couple days ago. There's negative momentum on the daily. There's no edge. There's no impending price action continuation, the upside going on a significant time scale. Not yet. And really the weekly on Bitcoin's showing, hey, impending price action continuation, the downside if something doesn't change very soon on that lower high. Good to see that one up coin is working again today. It's very nice. I always feel weird when it breaks. Andrew Scarlett, what's up, dude? Thanks for the sub. Welcome to the community, man. Hey, if you're new, you do in fact want to join the Discord, where I will post a link to the Discord right now. There it is. Join it so you get notified when I go live, because I am certainly shadow banned from YouTube from my own subscribers. That's real. All right, so 88 weekly, deep retrace, 88% retrace from that June of 2019 high to the crash low. Deep retrace. No impending price action versus downside. Nothing implying that it's done. I mean, if anything, you'd say on the weekly, Cardano looks like it's, resetting the oscillators and could come down easily and test 6.5 cents, and it wouldn't be weird at all, and then could run again to 9.9 cents, right? Just come to back test, dude. That's it. It's holding on right now. You can even see it on the weekly. This peak from February 10th, before Corona crash, it's back testing that. Even last week it did that. Okay, so you hold above that long enough, yeah, you could see yourself at 10 cents at any time. Okay, Cardano, VeChain. Okay, Tron, another one I was looking at on the weekly. It's like XRP. It's like Litecoin. It's very similar to these big underperformers, where it's got a supply line. It hasn't achieved it yet. And you're also at some pretty strong overhead resistance. If you break these areas, I think in time Tron will see 2.3 cents. Secondary target 2.7950 cents. Okay. Oh, I did a poll already. No need to create another one. I mean, this is the most relevant poll. You can even vote on it if you want to. The bullish Gartley. I mean, it's like, what will happen? Will the bullish Gartley play out? Yes, we will achieve 99.50 again, which I think it's really 9,600 too is another target, but because that overhead resistance from history, 2018. But I think if the Gartley is to play out, the minimum target is 99.50 for a trader, because reward to risk entry, it's got to be equitable. And then 59% of the audience thinks it's bullish, right? But I think our audience has somewhat of a bullish bias. All I have to do is look at the previous poll from this one, and everything kind of lines up. And then will the bullish Gartley play out? No. We will. What would happen for this pattern to be invalidated is it falls below 9,050, and we continue to fall. That's how you know that's the winners of the poll if it goes that way. All right. So 60-40, sorry, just updated it. A few more votes going on. And the last poll we had was, what will happen at 99.50? That we had not seen, and it took us a week to get back up to it. We will break it again and moon, because we had broken it, up thrusted, and failed. And that's why we created the poll. 56% of y'all were wrong, right? The audience was wrong. And then the minority of the audience test it, fail, that's exactly what we did, and begin the major reversal to the downside. That, though, hasn't happened yet. The major reversal to the downside, I don't believe has occurred. Again, I think that once we see 8,700 again, I'll say, yeah, it's happening. Just not quite yet, and that's okay. No, lifestyle, you're thinking about XLM, I think. I mean, whatever you're talking about, like tied to the guy who used to work there, I think that's the XLM thing. So. Oh man, P09, probably the only person looking at weekend futures. P09 is like the new FYX. He's like FYX light. Oh, God. This one's just like Beam. I mean, it's almost identical to Beam in a way. I mean, it really is. You've got Nigel here asking me about AMB to BTC, which is Ambrosius, the most disgustingly named. It's like Veritaseum, but it's Ambrosius, right? Isn't that disgusting dish that your grandma serves that you never eat because it's gross? Yeah, welcome to that. That's literally this chart. Same thing. So, yeah, man, it's below the critical ice line for September 2019. At one point, it was an all-time low. Really, dude? Ambrosius Connect? Really? Why did they ICO? I guarantee you it wasn't so they could gain more capital to reinvest so they could make more sales. Of course not. That because there's two reasons why you IPO or ICO. ICO is just a scam word anyway. But, you know, IPOing, you either IPO to get more money to reinvest so you can make more sales, or you do it so the insiders, the people who created this project or whatever, can get paid hardcore. Anyway, oh, he's like, oh, we broke out, man. Let's do it, man. Let's make this pretty. We're putting lipstick on a pig right now on a breakout. There you go. Nice breakout, man. Breakout, but critical areas. If you break this, though, I mean, you could very well. I mean, I think you're going to have the 200-day moving average. You're going to have the previous local high from March 20th that you got to break through. God. I don't have much faith in this, man. It's got the same resistance that Beam has.
Nothing to trend here. When price action resets to buying opportunities, shadow band when RSI up to 80 unbanned. It's like the algorithms have been manipulated to dump on the vulnerable. Your thoughts? Top Jesus for now.
Well, you know how I feel about things that we can't prove, right? And speculation like that. Meaning, like, if, you know, humans by nature try to give a reason, right? They try to find a reason why something's happening, but without any sort of evidence, we would easily be able to draw a false conclusion about it. We could become cynical or skeptical to believe that it's insidious. It's somebody, you know, behind the scenes. Oh yeah, Ray's live. We're set up the algorithms, you know, for based on the charts. No way, dude. Right? Like literally no. But again, since I don't have evidence, I'm gonna say nah. No, I mean probably not. There's a high probability that's wrong. I don't think it has anything to do with crypto price action at all, dude. All right. Thank you for the $10.10. You didn't specify wheel spin, but I guess I'll do it for everyone, whatever, because it's not gonna land, right? That's why I'm doing it. It will not land on Chug. See, again, get destroyed, easy. Well, I mean, I don't know, like, dude, you know, like AMB, if it breaks this, you keep monitoring it, like you're at a critical area. If you can break it, there is upside potential. You break 166 sats, I think you got a real good chance of Fibonacci, the structure breakout, high to low. I mean, if this thing's actually going to recover, get back above the ice lines, well, at least you got common retrace targets between 248 and 357 sats. I mean, that's how we would analyze any asset. Well, there's Microsoft, Google, gold, Ambrosius to Bitcoin. So if you break these 143 to 166, you got a good chance of seeing the golden zone. All right. All right, so it's been live 1 hour and 2 minutes.
Bruh.
Yeah, Muddy, fun star. And before someone starts saying the same things, if you even believe that that is this, then you are stupid. You know, it's like, okay, dude, we're just analyzing the chart. and we're also looking at his pathetic trash performance. It's awful, dude. And since it's the top of the hour, I guess we'll go back to Bitcoin for a minute. Bitcoin is technically trying to engulf. It's not much of an engulfing candle, right? You know, you get candles like that. Doesn't mean, you know, here's a real bearish engulfing candle. A nice one. Textbook. Easy to discern. You know that price action, man. Oof. Here's another. Here's a bearish engulfing candle. Here's one too. They got engulfed bullishly, but that was the cipher. 786 reversal. So, you know, these are really discernible engulfing candles where this is not. This is just an indecision candle. 2 weeks of indecision, really. You know, chart doesn't know, can't make its mind up about dumping or pumping. You know, it's trying on both sides. But it seems like this is, you know, that kind of price action. It's a fair price. Like, market is, you know, saying this is a fair price for now. But again, you know, maybe that's just because the oscillators have to develop their divergencies, and this one's turning into hidden bearish divergence, impending price action, continuation to the downside. This implies that we would see on the weekly 8,500 in time, but I'm not sure it's really confirmed quite yet. But dude, it looks so similar to the S&P.
I like the sound of that.
Lurking Snowflake, thanks for the $10.20.
Bruh.
You yeah, you're now session top Jesus, man. Thank you. Is that a will? Spam. Destroyed. Sorry, dude. Too easy. Tacit. No, it was just Nigel. He's, I think, a newer sub or something. He requested one of the trashiest coins you could probably ever request, and we just looked at it because it's the weekend. There's not much price action going on. But dude, what happened when I looked at AMB? We went into education on IPOs, ICOs, like on the reasons why. I mean, so somebody who had not been informed or known, they now maybe know a little bit more how IPOs, ICOs work, right? The mentality behind it, what it is. So it wasn't all bad. And, you know, try to implement nuggets of knowledge and information, even in the worst of assets, right? So if you're lurking, you're out there, say something in the chat. Just let me know you're here. 400 of y'all. I'm a dying streamer. Oh. Here's the one chart we haven't looked at today, and that is the beautiful uptrend that we have finally broken out of for the first time. Engulfing candle, but again, like, this is not to be ignored. It is certainly some sort of local demand line. Kevin coming in from San Diego. What's up, Alexander? Crypto Union, Lova Flutta, Mr. Lodick, Ramsey, Herbert, by Win, Erds, George, Gally. So Zach. Taurus coming in from South Africa. Good to see you, man. What's up, Miss Doobie? JJ. Yeah, football will be amazing, Bobby. Really.
When chug. Chug, 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 chug.
Literally never. Like, okay, I'm calling it, Smiley. There will not be a chug on this stream. It is certain. Safe. Yeah, there will not be a chug on this stream. All right?
Bruh.
What's up, G Unit? Good to see you, dude. Hey, Matto, happy Saturday to you as well. Hey, it's Marco. What's up, man? What's up? Just doing charts, you know, just hanging out, right? Doing what I do every single day. But again, you know, on weekends, it's just most of the time. I mean, this is why most content creators don't create content on the weekend. Maybe especially in this space. Because it's just like, markets are closed, dude. What do you want? We'll throw in a little IPO, ICO education. We'll look at the weekly on some assets that we haven't really looked at. We'll look at Bitcoin on the daily. And not much else. What's up, J-Mo, dude?
One more for good measure.
Alright, but you know what's gonna happen. Literally, not the chug variation. Literally. It's done. It's already over. Sorry, man. It's close, though. It's really close. You know how it is when it starts getting close to chug. Well, guess.
I don't know, man. I can smell that sweet bitter.
When it's anything but sweet, it's mainly water, right? Chuggy chug face with a hint of carbonation and alcohol. You can smell the beer. Not on this spin, dude. Destroyed. It's too easy.
Bruh.
Look, it's called the arrogant wheel. It turned into that when someone unironically said, this is the most, like, when it's like, someone was asking about a pattern, and I just corrected them and said, no, it's actually this. And it's like, this guy's such a TA snob, dude. This is the most arrogant guy I've ever met in my life. And we had like 1,000 people watching too, so, you know, people come in, they have no idea who I am, or like how long I've been doing this and trying to help people they don't know. So they spew off some really stupid things. So that's where kind of the, you know, the arrogant wheel came from. Or like, what's up, dude? It's school time for you on a Saturday? Or are you implying the stream is school time? You know, it's like they don't teach technical analysis in college, which it would. I don't know why. Like, especially if someone's in finance, like teaching that in college. But then it's like, oh, maybe I could do it in college. But it's, what's the point, man? Why would I want to work for a university? You know, like I have to bow to a Marxist entity to be able to teach this stuff. I love the future, or what we're at now. You know, because
Destroy your keto with a chuggy chug face. Spin.
Oh, Muddy Funstar. Well, there's just literally no way I'm gonna get out of keto chugging a beer. 2.6 carbs. Ha! That's a joke, dude. So is this spin. Destroyed. Thank you, Muddy. But it's like, you know, with all that, I'm talking about, why would I do that? When I can do it for free? And how much money, if I worked at a university teaching technical analysis, how expensive would the course be? Well, it'd be dictated by them, my bosses.
What he said.
What he said? Oh, well, I know what he did say, and it was, well, this spin will not land on Chug. That's what he said. Chug face, man. This is serious. Destroyed. Too easy, man. It's just not gonna happen. Y'all got me 3 times on like 10 spins 2 nights ago. That was, you got it out of your system.
Bruh.
You had the probability lords on your side then. But I'm just saying, man, like with the, I mean, so this is not a formal college course, but I mean, you can't say this is not some sort of more advanced technical analysis and how much education I try to implement into the stream at all times, you know? I mean, I'm sure most streamers aren't putting so much emphasis on education as they are, look at what I did, look at my call, dude, and they're analyzing, but they're not educating while they're analyzing, and it's like, What's up, Amish? Oh yeah, not to mention, like, yeah, like what's gonna happen? College kids who are broke, oh, but they're in debt to the government or whoever is giving them a loan. Like, look, this setup's far better. It's far superior because, my God, how many more people can I positively affect in this setting than I would in a college classroom setting, right? What comes first? 3,500 Bitcoin or Chug? The wheel's not up, so I'm not going to be arrogant, but definitely Chug before 3,500. We'll get one because that would take time. Okay, so you got this idea where maybe it's still the ascending triangle.
I'm not ready, bro.
Shoot, man, no way. Literally never happening. Okay, watch this. Easiest spin ever, right here. Boom. Sorry, man.
Bruh.
See, I didn't even bring the chug mug up because I had a dream that there would be no chugs today, no matter how hard you tried, and that's okay. What's up, Infinite Paradox? Nick McPherson. What's up, David Boyd, man? Good to see you, and thanks for all of the new patrons this month, all the ones who stuck around. And I mean, dude, it's phenomenal that we have achieved 206 patrons. That's so big, man. Second highest number ever.
Would you teach in Alabama University if they offered it?
No, it would be University of Alabama, and no, because again, I'm unable to help more people, right? I would have to work for the university, which, I mean, that's cool, my alma mater, where I graduated, but, nah, man, I'd have to move to Tuscaloosa, which isn't that bad, but nah, man, working for somebody, you realize all of you are my boss, right? These tips are funny, haha, chug variations, all that, but that's like supporting, that's the same thing as indirect way of like you're paying your dues, right? Like same thing. Because of the marking. Ashley, what are you talking about? Yeah, but like Redcoin's a dead asset, Paul. Like, who cares, right? Who even gives a crap? What was the other chart? Just looking at it with a different lens on. Same time scale, all that, but this is the... Right, it's either a premature breakout ascending triangle still, or it's an actual rising wedge that's hitting the same demand line, whichever way you want to look at it. And if it did pivot here, man, that'd be nuts. That'd be crazy. 99.50, 9600 definitely would be tested. You have to break that before 99.50. But I mean, like, you break 99.50, you could run all the way up to 10,600, 10,550, test that supply line of the wedge, and then reverse, and that would get everyone's guard off. Everyone would be hyper bullish again, right? But James Mayer, we've already looked at Ethereum. So you can just like rewind the stream and find it. But we did we looked at the weekly and talked about its supply line and its uptrend. It's getting squeezed in. There's an apex that happens to be on the anniversary of last year's buying climax. If you want to vote, you can. Bitcoin 9461. Near the bottom of a bearish reversal pattern, but it's not out yet, and that's why people are bearish, because they're like, oh, it's over now. So then we go to the Gartley idea. Oh, it's on this one too, right? I think maybe. Yeah, and just this is nice and simple of a chart, right? You've got the structure that we just looked at on the daily. And you've got the Gartley, the beautiful Gartley, dude. It's like golden pocket, 65%. I mean, that's close enough, man. This is a good structure here that has hit its pattern completion zone and has rallied, but there was no divergence. That happens though. After sell-offs, you reverse, and then you reset the oscillators, and then you normally oftentimes XABCD, you sell off again. And that's when you develop divergence, you gain an edge on the market, traders acquire their position, and then it really runs because there were signals from the market of a real price action reversal.
Veach ain't doing things.
Oh, how in the first one?
Chuggy Chug face tip $25. Is this thing on clinking beer mugs?
Wow, what a joke, dude. There's a 6% chance for that thing to go off. 6%. And it just hit it on the first 25 of the day. And you just became session top Jesus. God, that's just like sniped, man. Ooh. See, though, the wheel, I'm still batting 1,000 on the wheel. You're just never going to get the chug on the wheel. Man, you maybe... I never said anything about Belushi, man. Yeah, Peter, that means you're probably not in the Discord, which I don't know how many times every stream I have to talk about being in the Discord, how important it is, because you get notified when I'm live. There is no doubt, if someone is receiving notifications in Discord, they're part of our Discord community, there will never be a doubt of when I'm live, because you will always get notified no matter what, right? So, I've said that probably 10,000 times. Talking about this. So Brad's busy today. Yeah, I'm a chug. Dude, don't worry. What the heck, man? What are you worried about? We're gonna chug the beer. But, Bradford's got some serious stuff going on in his life. In a good way. Like, extremely positive. And, Lady Plancelot, what are you talking about? You're getting married tomorrow? Well, guess who else is getting married tomorrow? It's our very own Brad Fisher. So we have 2 different community members getting married on the same day. That's pretty wild. Wow.
Stop stalling. Clinking beer mugs. Smiley face.
Would you prefer me to be Russian? Guess what, dude? Never gonna land on chug, ever. You won't get a wombo combo on me. Nah, not happening. The Belushi wheel spin, not happening. Ree Bobby, thank you for the 2. He says Mitch Ray's real name is Satoshi Nakamoto. Nah, dude. I am not Satoshi. I am Simple TA, man. That's me. It's always me, okay? Am I attending Brad's? Nope. They're doing a really small one. Now, they're doing another procession next year, which was their venue and everything. This is like an improv thing, but Corona ruined everything. I mean, I was supposed to go to his bachelor party and his wedding, but this is their backup wedding, and they're doing the real one next year at the same venue or whatever they were going to do it initially. So, oh, I got you, Mr. Lodick. Sorry. Well, coincidental joke.
Bruh.
Seriously. Okay, I'm gonna go get the Tom Brady mug. The beer's up here. I'm gonna chug, get it over with. But that's the last chug I'll ever do, probably in the history of mankind. Book it. I'll be right back. We're watching Bitcoin do a bunch of nothing today. 32 minutes until the daily candle close. Tomorrow is the last day of the week. Kings. Hey, what's up, man? How you doing? I'm Batman.
Bruh.
Let me pour this into the arrogant Brady mug. Okay. What a start. What a start, man. Give me 2 seconds. Let it air out a little bit. I know. Look how arrogantly I pour it. Exactly, dude. But chat, man, I mean, don't be getting excited about Bitcoin. It's only at 984.59. That's no, dude. You hopefully you understand that it has been doing this literally all day. I mean, I'm talking almost. I mean, it's like every 4 hours, Bitcoin is running up to around this area and then is selling off and eventually getting down to a low of, you know, whatever, 93.80 or something. What a joke, man. You can talk about arrogance? Bitcoin being arrogant right now. If I go out with my friend tonight, would you tap this? Just kidding. Subjective question. Not appropriate. Whatever, man. It's Saturday. One. Oh, man. Too much, man. Whatever. Still about to chug. Just remain calm, okay? I'm shadow banned. I'm screwed, okay? If I kept that collar pop, I never had the collar pop to begin with, dude. So I don't know what you're talking about. All right. That's a good. That'd be a good straw poll. Would you tap this? Yeah. That'd be a real good one. Probably get like 3 votes, or a lot of votes with a bunch of no's. Because 97% of my audience, according to YouTube Analytics, is female, which I think is actually pretty high or pretty low. I mean, 97%. I figured it'd be 99.5. It's actually 97. I don't know how they get their stats. Probably from their Google accounts or something. What's up, Jason, dude? Portfolio's looking good. You know, some of it took a little on the chin last week, but I mean, that ebbs and flows, man. It's not about timing the market. It's about time in the market. We're talking about investing, talking about trading. Most profit was taken a couple weeks ago. And last week, targets, the beginning, they were at a lot of their targets. And so it's like, that's where people take profit. And then when profit was when it was taken, the market was selling off. It makes sense because 88% retrace. I mean, that's, anyway. So we good, man. Just, building composure and poise for this imminent Chug Connect. That's right. Rosmi Mantilla, he's asking what Bitcoin will go highest in the next 3 years. No one knows. And again, that's crappy speculation.
Let me chug a few beers first, then we will talk.
Oh yeah, chuggy good looking girl. Okay. Yeah, sure. Sure, dude. Destroyed. You almost wrecked yourself right there.
Bruh.
It's too cold, man. So really, man, you think like, all right, let's talk about a scenario before I chug on Bitcoin. It's like, if Bitcoin actually starts taking off from this little range it's been in all day, 24 hours, 9,600 is the target. All right. After 9,600 is 9,950. That's it. You don't balk on 9,700, 98. It's 9,600. If you break that, you probably see 9,950 again. Okay. But again, there was no like formal divergence on this pivot at the 786. But maybe, I don't know, man. You can't ignore the Gartley, dude. They're too powerful patterns. They're too reliable, and they're not I'm not saying they're rare, but of harmonics, I see far more bats develop and ciphers than I do Gartleys. When I see a Gartley, man, it's like serious. Okay, mute my mic. So the Belushi hype is now fading. Get wrecked. Smiley face. Get wrecked. So much air, dude. So much air. Quite the arrogant chug, right? J-Mo, I agree. Now again, though, right? That 25, that triggered another variation that would require a chug, and that doesn't count, right? I'm still right about saying we will not land on chug on the wheel. So that arrogance remains intact. Okay. Zach, it felt like it, kind of. For sure. Slowest chug I've ever done. Also, good to see a couple new members join the Discords, where we just chilling, man. We're just hanging out on the weekend stream, getting a little loosey-goosey, right? Leonard, what do I value more? I value coinciding variables. That's how I'd answer that question. I value both. Right, of course, I think that having a Gartley is far more complex, a lot more stuff that has to happen and manifest for it to develop than just divergence. Is a low, a lower low, higher levels, relative strength, right? I mean, that happens all the time. But Gartleys are much rarer structures than I think just typical divergence, so maybe that could help answer your question, even though it's not really much of an answer, right? Sam T, yeah, that has to do with the low volume. What's up, crypto collector, man? Phil Centura. Oh my god, man. He looks so high right now. Is this Phil Centura?
Is that a joint?
Probably can't because stockholders, right?
Bruh.
The irreconjured jellyfish getting wrecked.
What's up, Mitch? Spin that wheel.
Thank you, brother man, for the 10, but you mean prepare to... I mean, it's like I shouldn't even spin the wheel, because it is that certain that it will not land on chug. Do you understand that, right? Watch. I'll just show you that it shouldn't. We should have never even spun there. Wrecked, dude. Logan wrecked. Amen.
Bruh.
What's up, Itani? You thought I some video before we dropped. That's a good entry. Well, always the best entry for a Gartley is at its PCZ at the 786. So the best entry for a pattern like this is literally 9036. So, like, what could happen? And this would screw up the trade setup, the Patreon, like, unofficial setup I did for the Gartley trade. I mean, like, that's like, I did the Gartley trade just in case, like, we never fell below the demand line again because we were trying to back test it on certain exchanges. But like I think it's a very real possibility that we could see another sell-off, and when we get another sell-off down to like 9150 or 9000, 3050 or whatever again, right? Down to these levels, I think that's when we could have bullish divergence and at the PCZ once more on like a little double bottom, and it might go a little bit lower or a little bit higher, you know, than this low, but that's when we could start showing maybe a little bit of seller exhaustion, and that might be a really good buying signal. But that just hasn't happened yet.
Proceed to get tracked. Spin it and chug. Brew.
Oh yeah, little James, man, watch this, dude. Watch how easy this spin is. Again, we shouldn't even be spinning because we know where it's going to land. Not chug. 100%. Logan wrecked again. 2 in a row, man. It's too easy. Collateral damage of this chug game. Itani, I mean, I wouldn't be using that as some variable for a trade setup, no. But, I mean, I'm sure it could play a role. Could a falling wedge be forming? With a supply line here. 1, 2. I don't know, man. It looks almost more like channel. Someone's asking him the idea. Is there a falling wedge pattern? Yeah, maybe, but look how far it could fall. I mean, that's real bad, right? I mean, I guess that would be the idea if this Gartley fails and we start selling off to like, 85, 8600, maybe that falling wedge, we get some serious divergence or something like that. Yeah, it's possible. I mean, maybe. Let's keep it simple though. All right, let's not get ahead of ourselves and understand real context is we're already in a wedge that is much more significant right now. Bruh. Atani, thanks, man. Well, your FIFA skills are also next level compared to everyone else. GG, no re.
Spin it.
Bruh.
Re. Here's your spin. It's not gonna matter because we know it won't be chug because it's the easiest thing ever to not land on chug. Oh, you were close though. Get wrecked. Thank you.
Bruh.
17 minutes till your daily candle close, chat. And only one chug. What a joke. Easy. Dude, what an easy stream, man. Remember that time I had to chug 3? That sucked. What's up, Chef Rojo? Chef Red. First time in chat, watching on his TV. Thank you, man. I appreciate the kind words. Yeah, the music I play that prevents me from monetizing my streams. That quite possibly has something to do with why I don't ever get recommended to anyone anymore that's out there in the YouTube sphere. Yeah, that music, man. Thank you. I'm glad you appreciate it. This song's called Momentum. No. Yes. Momentum by Diversion. Remember? Pretty sure that's right. It's not about sub notifications. Why don't you go to my channel, Chef Rojo? Or how about you just go to your notification, no, your YouTube subscribe or your subscription feed, and you'll notice I'm not there. And it doesn't, you wouldn't even know I'm live because it doesn't even show the red by my avatar, my logo. There's a little red dot when people are really live that aren't shadow banned. So I'm completely hidden. So VLAN, first time in the chat, let's go.
Hype in the chat!
Oh, Morgan free again. Okay, man. The poll, I think, is most important. I think it's a really good poll. Ooh.
Blame Julia. Clinking beer mugs.
Alright, Julia has been blamed for the no chug. Thank you for the attempt. That if you tip 33.33, there's an 8% chance? No, I think it's a 9% chance, actually, of a chug variation going off. Like, it's more than 25. Thank you, dude. We'll get wrecked. But I guess we would spin for that too, because why not? I mean, that's the arrogant way, right? Just spin it. Sorry, dude. Never gonna happen. That's wrong, dude. It's actually legit. I have an alt account that I monitor this stuff, and it's like everyone says it anyway. You notice my concurrent viewership is also down. That always suffers when I'm shadow banned. Like when I'm not shadow banned, you can clearly see it. I have like 30% more viewers at all times when I'm not shadow banned. For good reason. Duh, I'm not like hidden from the entire YouTube, right? Maker, yeah, lost all its gains in PAW. Yeah, you're asking a lose-lose question, because with Maker, man, it's like it's in the middle of a range, right? Look, you are in the dead middle, so no edge at all, right? Could easily, I mean, if it reverses with Bitcoin, it could see 366, but if it somehow recovers, 688 is the next target where it reversed, and if it breaks that $800, I can't tell you. There's nothing implying any kind of edge for me to tell you about Maker. It's in the dead freaking middle of a range that's been going on since June. All right.
Did you get that barrel yet? Spin that arrogant wheel.
It's in transit. It should be here probably Monday. USPS. I don't think they work on Saturdays, so Monday. Super excited. I have already purchased my silencer and suppressor. I've applied for the tax stamp, so that should only take about 6 to 8 months. I am still in the process of getting my short barrel rifle tax stamp. It's a little bit more complicated, because if you buy, like where I bought my silencer, they do all the paperwork for you for the suppressor, but they can't do it for the short barrel. I have to do it manually. So I have to go to the police department on Monday to do all my fingerprints and stuff on these specialty ATF sheets, and also give them a copy of the Form 1. It's very complicated. It's like no wonder, dude, most people don't have suppressors or short barrel rifles. Also looking into getting an AR pistol. Should hear something on Monday about that. At least my dealer ordering it. Not G unit, it's just individual. Yeah, dude, but like the gun I'm looking into getting, it's a Rock River AR pistol, and it's specifically built for lefties. Like every aspect about it is just pure left-handed. Talking about the projectile discharge, right? I mean, that's on the left side. Never even seen an AR like that. So I'm praying that they have it in stock and they can order it, ship it. I'm sure extra you couldn't. Why a silencer? Because it's a 10-inch barrel, and it's not even really about the decibel reduction. It's more so about the shooting and the accessibility. Right? I want a silencer. Like, dude, no silencer on a 5.56 or 7.62 is gonna be hearing friendly. But dude, recoil reduction, that's what suppressors really do. Tons. It's almost like you're not even shooting a gun. It's not even fair. So I really want it for that too. Yeah, NVIDIA. I love NVIDIA, dude. Alright, it started with an inverse head and shoulders.
I'd pay extra for a chug while shooting an R.
Huh. Maybe one day, dude. I think I'm going shooting next weekend outside. So if that's the case, maybe I'll do that. Is it lagging? Yeah, it is lagging. Whoa. Oh, God. It's close. But no cigar. So this hit its target. I mean, the target of this structure was up at like 362 or something. I mean, it got to the one. Look, from this high point to low point, we have our fib extensions. You achieved a 1414 before reversing the downside, and that's because of the macro. But look at this. Look how it's holding with the S&P with such a bad, disgusting candle. Whoa, what's happening? Looks like one of my apps is freezing. Hello? Yeah, it's not responding. What happened? Dude, I didn't even do anything. I didn't even use the app, and it did this. So weird. Caffeine, if you're watching, man, I try to do that probably more than any other streamer that exists on the planet, right? I mean, I try. I think Gary, Indiana might be the most dangerous place to live in America, Sir Charles. Gary, Indiana. We're good though, safe. It's fixed itself. What was I talking about? Just NVIDIA? Yeah, so I mean, wow. With such bad stuff going on the S&P, tech still okay. Tech not a big deal at all. I mean, this is the demand line, right? I think if you break this demand line on NVIDIA, there's a good chance you would run down to test 315. And that's a different story then. It's like, we're testing that, all right. Let's see if it holds. Maybe we rally there. But if you don't hold that, then I mean, go look left. Oof. There's another support, previous all-time high before October 2018. I mean, that would be tested. So it's like if the selling continues, 315 is the first target, 293 is the second target. Boom. If it's to pivot and stay inside this channel and run to the upside, 373 again. But after that's the golden mean ratio at 401.94. We're getting there, man. It's very possible. But oh yeah, I shouldn't even be doing. I mean, sorry, man. Like let me just redact doing this analysis, because unless there is TTS, I don't do requests, and that's because people could tip $1 super chats all day, and they could monopolize the stream with their requests. All right, we just can't do it. All right, so 7 minutes until your daily close. A whole bunch of nothing has occurred today. Almost green on the day. Whatever, man. Yeah, Gina, but wouldn't you agree that suppressors help with that? Help with, I mean, like, shooting a non-suppressed gun? I mean, so the thing about the ACR, my gun, and the FN SCAR, it seems like they were developed or designed to be shot with a suppressor on. That's like the reviews that people give when they suppress those guns. So, oh yeah, by far. Boom. It's just it's expensive. It's not cheap. I mean, none of this, I was never saying I was doing this for value or anything like that. It's just a hobby I have. Guns. I like guns. Suppress SCAR. Just do it, connect. J-Mode. What is this, Nike, man?
Just do it.
This is an Adidas household, Kappa. This is a Nike household. Okay. Nike. Always Nike. If you're an Auburn fan, Auburn supporter, you like Under Armour. Nothing wrong with trading it. I'm just talking about brand loyalty. My brand loyalty resides with Nike. Alright, here's your spin that shouldn't even matter because it won't land on Chug. 3, 2, 1. No Chug. Destroyed. Too easy. Wow. It almost hurts being arrogant. You know? J-Mob. Good, man. I'm not about Jordan, just Nike, man. But I know, like, Florida, they use, like, Air Jordan off-brand, or it's like Nike, but it's Air Jordan. It's weird. Is it loud? Is the music loud? It seems like it's probably a little loud. Probably a little bit better right there. Shadow band chug variation? Nah, dude, it's real. I mean, all the chugs are there, man. You saw it with Chuggy Face hitting the 25 on the first hit. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, Sam, I wouldn't call it a Dragonfly Doji. I would just call it a Doji. No, Dragonfly Dojis are like, you know, you can be close to one, but the real ones are, they look identical to this. Okay, where there's no wickage above, where it's like you open here, you open at this price, you sell off, you rally, and then you close right at it, okay? You don't go any higher. That's a Dragonfly Doji right here. Oops. Dragonfly Doji. Gravestone Doji. If there's a wick above it at all, it's just a regular Doji. Okay. Chef Rojo, thanks, man, for the 5 super chat. Appreciate it a lot, dude. Glad to hear you chime in for the first time.
Thank
right?
you. Good luck tonight.
Yeah, good luck indeed. Good luck in going, dude. I don't go out often, like at all. I mean, how can you? Everything got so screwed up with Corona. It's like, how do I even interact with people that don't love charts anymore? How do I even do it? Like, you mean to tell me you don't care about technical analysis and we're going to have a conversation together about something? That's not going to be easy. We got 2 minutes, chat, till your daily candle close. You look on the 8s. Oh my god, man. Well, James, that might be the case, but I'm getting a mini, and that's why you go 10.5-inch barrel. That's why you go short barrel or pistol, whatever. So it offsets that extra weight. You know, if I have like a 16.5, 18.5-inch barrel right now, I take that off, put a 10.5-inch barrel on, then I put an RC2 Mini Surefire on there, and it's not adding weight to the gun. If anything, it's offsets and might be a little bit lighter. So his live stream's been going for about 2 hours now, man, on a Saturday. Can't even believe it, right? I mean, what will happen? What will happen on the new day? Probably nothing. But somehow, by the grace of God, we're above this 1 month large demand line, as you can see pictured. It's up sloping. It's there. We're above it. We've even back tested it and held it twice now as support, including on this 4 hour candle. At the beginning of it, we back tested once more. So at least it's pretty intriguing or interesting price action. I'm losing a lot of accuracy with the short barrel. I wouldn't say I'm losing accuracy. And again, like, remember what this weapon is for home defense. So guess what, dude? Home defense situation. You think I'm going to be scoping? I've got a laser on my ACR with the tap of my index finger, where it's it's on my handguard. Just boom, lasers on. I just fire from the hip. Easiest play of my life. It'll be like, home defense is like spinning the wheel with the laser. So Adam Welch. Yeah, sharks and laser beams. J-Mo, you get it. You get me, dude. Phil, I'm Australian, mate. I'm a Vegemite. Yeah, right. That's the old me. Before carbs. Or before no carbs. Sorry. All right, a new day has begun. We closed at 94.75. Great, dude. You probably should expect the same type of price action that we just got. And I'm talking up and down. for 4 hours, 8 hours, 12 hours. Cool. Yep, using lasers is very arrogant. Oh yeah, Jesus Shines, exactly, Matthew D. Sorry about that. Weekend palm. That doesn't even make sense here, Kanji.
bruh,
A new daily candle has closed, or an old one has closed. A new one has begun. Amen. Wait.
bruh,
So we made it, dude. We made the 2 hour mark. Bitcoin on the stream. We've looked at some stuff. You know, it was mainly like us just doing a lipids test on the weekly for altcoins and Bitcoin, you know, just to check up. You got another positive momentum histogram wick on nothing, right? On no higher highs yet. It's going to go up. It's going to go down. I'm betting money this candle is going to see 94.40 again. It's going to go test. It's going to maybe go even down to 9,400. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Who cares, man? It's the weekend. Trading desks closed around the world. Excellent, Matthew D. G-Unit, that's the way. It's the three kings, dude. Yeah, nothing burger. That's how we could sum up this, dude. Oh yeah, isn't the saying like one has a pistol of some sort so they can eventually make their way to their AR, right? And I think AR scores the highest, even over a shotgun, in terms of userability and ability, just period, for home defense. Because I mean, people get misconceptions about shotguns where it's like buckshot and, you know, close confined quarters. I mean, you're only getting like, it's like this much, right? You have to aim still. And like, if it doesn't land here, then guess what, dude? You're missing your target. So depending on what kind of shotgun it is, it could suck. I mean, but with an AR, I mean, I've got a laser and I get 30 attempts to hit, you know, the target with the laser. That's much easier, especially if you have a significant other. And that's a big point of home defense weapons, right? The pistol versus the AR versus the shotgun. The AR wins because one's wife, one's spouse could pick up that AR, and if they know how to work it and get it, you know, charging handle, all that stuff once it's loaded, you know, you're no cocking of the shotgun, right? With a pistol, you got less rounds, weaker caliber. I mean, you might have a crazy caliber, but again, man, the overall best for home defense is the AR, based on a multitude of different things. Boomerang with a laser, mate, is that how you do it? What about just having a pet kangaroo, you know, you just have a colony of Sydney funnel web spiders, easy. And then, you know, at your front door you have a bunch of stonefish. You have a stonefish aquarium in Australia at your doorstep, so, you know, intruders would have to step in there and get wrecked. I don't know.
Mitch Ray blasting us coins with an R would be must-watch TA.
That would be hilarious, dude. We could do that. I could figure it out. Print out a bunch of logos of S coins, and we just take shots at them. That would be fun. Make a video on it. Good idea, Chuggy Chugface. Does that mean you want me to spin the wheel and you want it to not land on Chug? Okay, fine. It's your prerogative. Save. That's not a Chug. I don't even have to zoom in for it. Get destroyed. More destroyed than you've been destroyed all day right there, Chuggy Face. Pause the video if you need to see it, man. Nope. Obliterated.
bruh,
Yep, bulls, bears, kangaroos. That's CNBC. I like this gun talk though. This is fun, man. It is fun because that's like one of my hobbies. Like college football. I can talk about college football. Talk about guns. Talk about keto and exercise, all that stuff. Talk about charts. That's like my things, man. So this is just almost like an IRL stream right now. You know, a just chatting Twitch stream, but with no boobies. no cleavage out, okay? Chuggy Chug Base needs to make good on his chug debt. Well, I mean, you know, we kind of made it like a zero-sum game or whatever for the wheel, and where it's like nothing's valid except chug on days like this. Like, unless I'm actually gonna play the chug game, like the wheel game completely. That was the thing we did before keto. You know, now it's just like the only thing that matters on that wheel is the chug. I mean, like Logan could get wrecked, sure, if he wants to play, he can, but we get a lot more wheel spins this way. I don't know. Adding gun video? I don't think so, Tacit, because it's like I'd have to add so much more, and that's, you can talk about a saturated market on YouTube. Gun stuff, yeah. Well, J-Mob, I mean, isn't that the nature, you know, of estrogen and femininity? Like, but you are the provider. You are the one that you are the protector of the household. So, I mean, like, you ask her what happens, you just ask, like, what happens if someone comes in your home? Like, what if someone just busts into your home and you're not prepared for that? Like, there's no answer. It's indefensible. Well, we're just going to die or get burglarized or killed. If you're willing to accept that, fine. But if you're not willing to accept being raped and killed or murdered or whatever with a home invasion, then I don't see why there's a problem bringing guns into your home. If you practice good gun safety and like maybe taking her to a range and maybe, you know, taking a gun safety course would help her, because yeah, like, you would think that women are going to be scared of guns. Yeah, they're uncomfortable, right? Of course, confrontation. No one wants that, right? But it's not about wanting it. It's like you're prepared for the worst. You're hoping for the best. Hey, I hope that no one home invades me. But my God, if someone's going to home invade me, they're going to get destroyed. Like, they have no chance if they break into this home. Because you have a plan. It's like a trading plan, right? You got your stop loss, you got your entry, you got your targets to exit. Same thing with a home invasion attempt, right? You've got your plan. You know where your gun is. You know what you have to do. You've practiced it. You're ready. That's all it is, man. And it's really fun to shoot guns too. So it's a hobby for me. It's not and me shooting guns is me honing my ability to protect my home. So why not do it? Me practicing TA, me doing TA helps me as a trader. It's crazy, man. It's better to have a gun and not need it than to need it and not have it. 100%. Gerard, if someone broke in on live stream, you'd hear a bunch of shots, but you see anything. Do I do any reloading of my ammo? Yeah, I don't have last I checked, I do not have a butler who reloads my ammo for me. What's up, Caffeine Man? Yeah, I think Jeff said he was going to test my home defense. Yeah, he's saying something. I'm like, please don't do it, dude. Don't do it, man. Don't put it to the test. Why would you even try? Like, dude, I've got a ring on multiple sides, like the sides of my, like the front and back of my house where there are entries and exits. I've got surveillance 24/7. I mean, it's always up. I'm gonna get alerted when someone comes into this certain cone of vision, my camera. So that's the first thing, and then after that, if someone actually breaks in, they're gonna get really, really loud alarm systems. They're not gonna be able to hear me. They have no idea where I am in my house when that happens. So. Well, J-Move, you just let her know to not worry about it, but you want her to be prepared just in case, right? 2 people is better than 1, especially if it's 2 on 1 or 2 on 2 if 2 people break in your home. Matthew D, funny, but no, it's much more obnoxious. Okay, those beeps are normally great sounds because it's like, oh my god, something's happening. I guess the alarm would be like, oh my god, something's happening. I don't want it to be this, but dang. The Ring, Morgan Freegan, is incredible. The Ring. The Ring is not just the Ring. The Ring has like these ancillary products. Like they have like floodlights. That is also a Ring camera. It's motion sensors. You have your cloud network if you pay for it yearly or monthly, whatever. Ring is the best, man, I think. I mean, that's what I use, and it's so reliable. It's awesome, dude. Everything's on your phone, your app, you know. You can, if you want to, go to ring.com and pull it up on your PC, or you can have surveillance, just a screen devoted to surveillance. People do that. And not only that, Ring has like a community thing too, where it's like you get notified when some crazy crime's going around in your vicinity or your area. Like, whoa, man! Like people around here, like tons of people have the Ring, and we're all part of a community. And like, if something's going on, people talk about it. Oh, someone was burglarized like 10 miles down the road. I know about it because of this app. Is there a lot of crime in my area? No, dude. There's like no crime in my area. But I'm in the suburbs, man. Definitely, I mean, like I am technically in like top 4, top 3 highest earning zip codes in the state. Award-winning school system. So, you know, it's like I just live in that privilege. You know, talking about, hey, this guy's privileged. I live in a privileged area, right? So no, but like, you know, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you live. Crime is indiscriminate, and you always need to be prepared for it. Always. A movie that I recommend today, Boiler Room. If you haven't seen Boiler Room, you have to watch it, especially if you care about anything we do. It's just interesting. Good music too. I love the music. It's the good cinematography, everything. Production, everything about Boiler Room is great. Blessed is a better word. Yeah, blessed. A very blessed area. Sure. Might be a target neighborhood if it's real nice. Okay, dude. Well, if they want to target it, that's what we've been talking about, man. Being ready for it. Yeah, dude. Having a kid is a variable that does change a lot. Tacit, yeah. You have to practice even more gun safety, extreme amounts of gun safety that way. All right. Hiding places, not having the magazines there. You know, for me, I'm an advantage because I'm single. I live alone. So it's like I can have the one in the chamber at all times with the safety on, and everything's good. I don't have to, you know, I don't have to push the charging handle down, anything like that. I'm ready to go. Just safety off, laser on. It's go time. But for someone who has a kid, that's maybe not. I mean, that is a liability when you're that ready. Oh yeah, well, I mean, do I have it still? No, that's the wrong thing. Let's see, it's right here. No, that's the wrong one, probably.
Happy Saturday.
Adam, man.
S&P finally broke. If you could look at Ren, please. I didn't get my full buy-in before it pumped.
Ren as in Relix or Ren to the US dollar, Bitcoin. Because you're talking about literally the S&P finally broke. And then right after you're saying Ren, please. There is a stock, or it's on Euronext. So, but you know, I know there's the crypto Ren, right? So could you just, Adam, say in the chat real quick exactly what you want on maybe what exchange? That would help me a lot. Thank you for the 20, dude. Really, really appreciate it.
Bruh.
Trigger lock if you have kids. There you go. Great alternative, or great, way to practice more gun safety. MK, there you go. 101. Ren to BTC. Okay. See, I was about to look at USD and do an analysis that you didn't even maybe want. That's why it's best always if you're tipping. You want to You know. Be as specific as possible. Random BTC. I don't know if I've ever looked at this in my life. Hey, look, big one's 94.55, and it's about to be at 94.40, 94, yeah, 94.40, because that's the 200 moving average. That's why I said it earlier. We're probably going to hit that. Oh, look at the daily. 200 candles. Here you go, dude. Create a nice line right there. First, low ever. And then, like price action correlation. You you sprung. You eventually back tested spring. Holy crap. Is this a harmonic here? Dude, look at this. Hey man, I don't care. Wow. Not too deep. 68%, but was it a 786? Nope, it was an 886. Unconventional harmonic XABCD though, right? That is wave analysis. And look what happened on this unconventional harmonic that isn't a valid anything. Too deep on B, too deep on D. That's okay. Still gorgeous looking. And look what manifested from a harmonic. This is why it's so important to know harmonics, or just to at least know XABCD waves, because after D hits a 786 or an 886, there's a great possibility this can happen on a BTC pair, mind you. What a joke. So I'm sure there's probably a channel or something, right? I mean, yeah, it's like you fell below. I mean, something like that. And then would we adjust then? Not sure. Like maybe we adjust and then it makes sense on the top. Then it does, right? I mean, pretty much. So you're just in an uptrend for now. Oh man, this is turning out to actually look really good, right? Something just like that. Higher low. Look at this hidden bullish divergence on REN. Look, a low on price, a higher low on price, higher levels of negative momentum, barely, but it's real, right? Barely or not. Jeez, more like, yeah, it's still technically hidden bullish divergence. And you reversed, or it was impending price action continuation to the upside. You're getting it. But to say, what is there an edge? What are you asking? Like, I don't really see a pattern here. I think that eventually REN could, look, man, there's like, you are nearing major resistance that you've tested and failed before, and it was just recently, right? Like the trader set it up, and, 1103, 1,161 sats, and that's your next resistance. And that also is like 786, 886 retrace levels from your all-time high, I guess. High to low, you hit the 786, right? So you're at major resistance. You could be back testing it, right? If you fail here, you could sell off, and then all of a sudden, the demand line could be in jeopardy. You get X, A, B, C, D. You get a harmonic or something, dude. So I don't really see an edge for a trade here, especially on the daily. But it's really cool that we're just sizing up a chart I've never looked at before, and we're finding things somewhat. If there was if there was like an actual value area or something, I mean, this is like maybe the trend is reversed, but you are not making higher highs than your all-time highs. It was July 25th of last year, month after Bitcoin had its buying climax. I mean, eventually, if you break this resistance here, which you haven't yet, which is also the 786. If you break the 886 at 1277 sats, I mean, the next target is all-time highs at 1394. But again, man, these are deep retraces where reversals can happen. Okay, man. REN Connect. Bitcoin Connect. Formed just nothing burger. I mean, this is a candle. This is a textbook weekend candle. Whole bunch of nothing. Boring. More negative momentum. Your highest level. Highest level of negative momentum today since May 28th. It continues to build. After just a couple days ago, we had a bearish engulfing candle. So outside of the crazy looking nice uptrend channel, but holding on to a local demand line was developed over the last month. So we could easily just back test that again, maybe, or we break it. And you know the uptrend is truly in jeopardy once we get a daily candle close below 8,700. All right, that's it. Okay, we cool? Are we cool, Adam Welch? Chat, everyone? I'm sorry you couldn't defeat me today, chat. You gave it a good effort, man. A really good one, but it seems as though I am victorious. Smiley face. Better luck next time, man.
Bruh.
All right.
Bruh.
Good gun talk. Good Bitcoin, crypto talk. Good everything talk, man. All right. Bitcoin's it's the weekend, man. So you shouldn't expect much. You should never expect anything. But on the weekend, you should expect even less than not expecting anything at all, right? Because traders are taking a break. Trading desks are closed around the world. All right. Be sure to join the Discord. One more. Yeah, right, J-Mo. Yeah, right, man. I would be insane if it landed on Chug here. This would be the most epic.
Right, one more.
This would be the most epic one because it's like me signing off and then me having to chug. There's just no way it's going to happen, though. It's impossible. See? It was a good try, brother, man. J-Mo, thanks everyone. You know, for all the contributions. Because y'all, I'm able to come back multiple times a day and do this stuff. You know, we have fun, we goof around with the arrogant wheel, but you are supporting the stream when you tip, so it's not for nothing, you know. Like, I'm able to reinvest and give you the best graphics possible. I'm able to continue investing in myself. I'm able to just live my life and do things that you prefer. So thank y'all.
Bruh.
So let's see here. Let's see. I'm gonna end it on this one. All right, thank you so much for coming out. Thanks for the likes, love, support, contributions, everything.
Rage quit spin. Clinking bear mugs.
Easy no spin, or easy no chug. 3, 2, 1. So close, man. Thank you, dude. Wow.
Bruh.
Thank all y'all. Y'all are amazing. Freaking love y'all. God. Best freaking community out there. That's real. But yeah. For anyone that has a significant other that is scared of guns and don't want anything to do with them, that's understandable. But you cannot ensure your loved one's safety without a weapon that they are scared of. You just can't. Because the opponent, the bad person that's going to break into your home, is not going to be playing by any rules that the government sets up or whatever. They're not. So you must be prepared for that. And your significant other must understand that. So they can be scared and not learned, right? You know what happens when you're not informed or educated. You're scared of things. But once you learn more about it, wow, this is actually real. Okay, people are not going to be scared. They're going to have more confidence in all these different situations, all right? These bad ones that you don't want to be in, but you prepare for them. Anyway, I only say this because I care. Because I don't want you to I want you to win a home invasion if it ever came to it, okay? I'll be back. Love y'all. Till next time. Respect the T.A.
Bruh.
My name is JP. I'm a robot. I like robots. I have a robot vagina.
Adios, turd nuggets.